Moke and friends. It is a very special episode for me today because I have Ben Berman. Berman, did I say your last name right?
Bierman, yeah.
For the longest time, I always thought your name was Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, it works. That definitely worked at the time.
I think Nikki gave you that name. How you been, man?
Dude, I've been good. How are you?
I am pretty good. Um, I think, we just became Facebook friends because this is a new Facebook that I have.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing your Facebook, and it's like you remember DJ Kamikaze?
Yeah.
Yes. So it was you and him that I found recently, and I remember I was saying I need to set up for a podcast, but then I thought to myself, like, what would we talk about? And then again today, I asked you, what I'm saying, specific topics, whatever, and you were saying, we just catch up, whatever. But before we catch up, let's take a trip down memory lane really quick.
That sounds good.
Now, I do want to ask you about like Comtown stuff, but do you remember Ruta Maya, man?
Yeah, man. That was Tuesday night. I'm gonna let my dog out. He's scratching at the door. That was my first spot ever, like in Austin, that I came across. That was just like my entrance to the creative scene. It was poetry and open mic music and occasionally shows. But yeah, dude, great times there. When was the first time you ever ended up there?
I forget. I remember the first time I ended up there, Nikki took me. Mm-hmm. But it was I don't know if you remember the redhead guy that used to be around.
Yeah.
It was during that time we used to chill in his van. So I remember that. But what I want to bring up about this, because I just don't want to forget about it. How did you start with the Little People? Because I remember when you started the Little People, me and Will were like, yo, because you were always just doing the Park and Murray hip hop singing. And just before we go any further, I just want to say I usually have like a glass of like wine or something. I did not prepare, so I just have the bottle. So I might be just taking a drink from a bottle of wine and some, or just pour it in a Snapple bottle. I don't know.
You're just saving steps, to be honest, right? You're being efficient.
True.
Yeah.
So
in a glass, you're good.
So when I first heard the Little People, because we were just stuck on hearing hip hop, Ben.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Let me start with that.
All over. So grew up, my mom kind of like raised me and my sisters. We moved, many different states by the time I was 14. I was born in Nebraska, lived in North Dakota, Minnesota, New York. And then by 5th grade, I moved to Kansas. Did a little stint in Kansas and then got down to Texas by like 14 or 15. And that was like South Texas. So that was like South Padre, Port Isabel area.
Yeah, because I remember you from South Padre.
Yeah. So those were my I've been in Texas for more than half my life, so I can.
What race are you? Mexican?
I'm Colombian, and my dad is German Irish, so half white.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom's straight from Bogota. She was born there. She moved over I think she was 3 months or 3 years, something like that.
I've known you for this long, and I thought you were Mexican.
It's a common.
because I thought you were from South Padre.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, makes total sense. Now, I was a sleeper Colombian in South Texas.
So when did you start singing?
I think I sang probably when I was younger. My mom got us, through I was raised Catholic, so used to kind of do singing in church, and then in school it was an option to do that over Spanish class, and Spanish at the time was a lot more work. Yeah. So I opted for singing class. So that was kind of I just kind of knew that I liked it, but it wasn't like a real thing for me until probably college when I was like, okay, I really enjoy singing.
But your mom didn't teach you Spanish?
She tried. We were all stubborn as hell. We were not having it.
But you lived in South Texas.
All up until I lived in South Texas by 14. That's a lot of.
Oh, okay, yeah. were you familiar with South Texas? Like the other places around South Texas?
We vacationed there once, and my mom's like, "We're moving here." We straight up just packed up. And moved.
Right, but do you know about the other towns around?
Like
have you heard of a town called Weslaco?
You know, I've been through Westco. I never spent any time there.
I used to live there.
Really?
I used to live in fucking Weslaco.
Yeah.
It's not that cool.
Tacos are pretty good, but
what I will say, being a black male in the Valley is like being LeBron James in the regular world.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of us.
No.
And whatever. But so when did you know that like you could sing? Because could you make it seem like you just picked singing because you didn't want to take Spanish?
That's how it started. I mean, like I knew my mom would tell me in church, like, you have such a beautiful voice. You should sing louder. I'd be like, I'll keep it within the sphere, and thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't like really get out of my shell and believe that I was, singing probably until like around college. Then I got, did the college band thing, battle of the bands, and like after that came back and dabbled in it down in South Padre. I had a bunch of friends that were, they played a lot of different restaurants, bars, stuff like that. And, I'd tag along for some songs here and there. But really Austin and then Park and Murray was the first like real go at a band.
Have you ever heard of Louis' Backyard in South Padre?
Oh, yeah.
I performed there once.
No way.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, I did. I was what was I? I think I was in 11th grade. But yeah, I went to school in Weslaco. Yeah. So how did you meet up with Park and Murray?
So I worked with Rex at the time, downtown in Austin, Iron Cactus.
Okay.
Yeah. Rex was a very, very interesting character at the time, just as he is. And, we didn't put two and two together that we were both interested in music. It was actually Victor. Do you remember Victor?
Victor. I would have to see him.
He lived with us in that band house that we had up north. But anyways, I'd be sitting there singing because my roots are like, beach reggae, like Sublime rock.
Yeah.
So I'd be like sitting there singing Sublime, just like rolling silverware in the restaurant. And he was like, "Hey man, you got a nice voice. I know this guy Brandon over here. He's trying to do something with hip hop. I think he's looking for a singer." So he matchmaked it, and we ended up. That's how it like literally started, was because of Iron Cactus.
Wow. So so was it just you and Rex, or you, Rex, and Damien?
And Damien, yeah. Damien at the time was also writing full-on verses.
How long did that go?
I remember we ran that Monday night, like
that shit was so epic.
Yeah, we did that almost for a year. Like we did it for 9 months, man. That was wild.
Now let me ask you this, man. Me and Will, I don't know if you remember Will.
Yeah.
But me and him, we always talk about the two things. We always talk about the On Everything song. One, we talk about the two videos, but then two, what are you saying? Because we both have different sayings. I think you say On Everything, we got this bar locked down on everything. And what does he think? We got this on our own on everything.
Yeah. So we got this far on our own everything. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what happened with the first recording? And why did y'all put it out?
I don't know.
Like that shit sounded crazy.
Yeah. I think we did like one and they were like, let's do it again.
Like you know what I'm talking about, right?
I think the older one, the way more rough cut one.
Yeah, but you put the rough one out, but then now the newer one's out. Why did that happen?
I didn't necessarily make much of those logistical calls, to be honest.
Cause that had you sounding crazy. Like it's had you sound like a fat dude. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and I'm not knocking it because I'm glad you clarified what you're saying because for so long, like we probably had a debate in 2021 about what you said.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying about the lyrics, but I'm not trying to be a messy chatty patty whatever, but what happened?
In terms of like the group,
Yeah.
I mean,
before you go into that, did y'all make any projects, any albums, or anything?
now we had like the EP. We had like the EP, and it was just a bunch of stuff that we like recorded in the closet, stuff like that. We made a couple like little videos, things like that for Brandon's mixtape that he did as well. But now we never went down the route of like full on getting a anything aside from like a single maybe recorded.
Now once and I know we're not painting the picture for everybody, but y'all just gonna have to just kind of be in tune because I'm skipping around because we know what we're talking about. So here's my thought of things. And this is when I take it out of interview mode and now we're just gonna just talk this bitch through.
Yeah.
So one thing I realized, and I love Rex. Rex is my guy. I talk to him like every so often. I talked to him like last week. But I always thought to myself, seeing you in Park and Murray and then seeing you in the Little People. And the second thing is that the people who got to see you in Park and Murray probably didn't get to see you in the Little People.
Two different, very dynamic.
Yeah, because it was, like me and Will, we're on Molly every fucking night, so we're in every crowd. You know what I'm saying? We're in every crowd. So like the hip hop people wasn't like, man. I tell people you do not know acoustics until you performed at Ruta Maya.
Yeah.
Like I never heard a play. Go ahead, my bad. I'm drinking and I'm talking too much. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You remember Kurt? Kurt was the sound
guy? Oh yes. Yeah. Oh man, dude.
That place was treasure.
And it was like, yeah, I remember you being so mad at that fucking that open mic when you gotta pick your numbers and you get picked like last or something. And it just and you're there already, so you gotta perform in front of like two people, and the two people is just the people you came with.
Yeah, because they're your ride. You're like, yeah, close this shit down. We gotta go.
So what happened? Because there was a song that we had. I don't know if you remember, but to me, it was like y'all's song of the Little People. But what was the difference between you being in the Little People and you being in Park and Murray? Because I feel like, and this is just me how I felt. I felt like once you, and I'm going to just say this bluntly, once you got kicked out of Park and Murray, because I feel like that's what happened. You know what I mean? Because Park and Murray was still going, or maybe you left. Respectfully, you left.
We did like mutual middle fingers at the time.
Yeah, because there was some type of weird beef going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't got to get into that because we are growing and we are past that.
Yeah.
But I felt like you had the shackles off. You know what I'm saying? Because when you did Little People music, it was, nigga, we was recording that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just like, yo, this is fucking crazy. And I say that because, nigga, wow, like how am I thinking of that now? Like that shit for me was more impactful in knowing you. Even when you had with your dog with the hat on, like I remember all that shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I'm not just saying this because you're on here. And like I said, I don't know the logistics of shit, but I feel like maybe you kind of got. I don't know if you got done dirty. And that's what made you leave Park and Murray. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that, but you don't have to answer it. And I don't remember the situation. I just remember that there was beef. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it wasn't anything that's like, I see Brandon and Damien all the time. Love them. Like where
do you see them at? I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
I don't even see you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll run into him occasionally, like, downtown, either just, maybe like at Caroline's or something like that, just a random little spot. I might be out with like coworkers or something like that. And just, we'll occasionally run into each other, but, no, we still catch up and keep up. It's nothing. We're totally cool. It was just like I think there was like just a lot more decision making being done without my feedback, and I didn't like really feel like that was. I didn't feel like it was collaborative enough in that regard. Like that at the end of the day, there's decisions that just didn't really work out, and feedback I think could have helped out a lot.
Yeah.
But, I think things happen the way they happen, I was really glad to be able to go and kind of, dive into the projects like Little People with Jason. And Jason's off in Sedona. I actually just ran into him. I passed through Sedona back last year, middle of the pandemic. So I hadn't seen him for ages, man. So, would love to have kept that project with him going too. But it was good going to something like that because it was a lot more creative space, I think, in a line, just what I do.
Do you still have Little People music? There was Will's in the chat. Will, if you have that song, I know it was like 10 years ago, but what was that song? There was one song. It was crazy. It was dope. And I remember like we were fucking with these bitches and it got really weird, and your Little People song is what like helped us through.
Yeah.
Oh man, what song was that? Do you have any of the music?
Man, no. There was like, aside from like one YouTube recording that I think like Nikki Danger took, that was like there's some like little videos there, but nothing like there was one recording, like one video where it was like I was a fan of it. I still every now and then go back and I'll check it out. Like that was good times.
I need to find that because either the one that Nikki recorded is the one I'm talking about, or I think Will might have it. I don't know.
I think it's one probably Nikki recorded that you're thinking of.
Yeah. So because you were like we were all cool with the Rude Amount of People. How come you never joined the like the wedding shit with Samantha Lee and Jackie and all that?
I don't know. I mean, I got like around that time. I ended up like I took a long break from any real music or creative space type of stuff. I ended up getting into sales for like a while, and it was great. I mean, honestly, I learned a lot from there. That's kind of what got me into the acting thing, was having to hey, he's like knows I'm talking. He's like,
that sounded like a child.
It's that guy right there.
Okay, what's up, kitty?
Yeah, he's like, nah, I hear you. I hear you talking. But yeah, it was wait, what was I talking about?
I was asking you how come you didn't join the Royal Dukes and all that.
Yeah. I kind of just got wrapped up into sales and like kind of tech stuff, and yeah, that's been great. I mean, definitely got to pay the bills, but it got me into like voice acting, which got me into like acting, which is now where I do like more of my
now energy. Hold on, let's take our time through this, because I do want to get into that, and we can skip on to it, but lastly on the music thing, two things. I forget who was all in the Little People. I remember being cool with all of them, and I remember being amazed that one of them played an instrument.
The hang drum.
Is that the drum guy?
Yeah, the UFO.
Yeah, that motherfucker was. Oh.
Yeah. Daniel Navarro. The Little People was mostly Jason and I, and then we would just gather.
Daniel Navarro.
Yeah.
I think I know him, like for real.
You might.
Is he from Odessa?
Maybe.
Long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work with this nigga. I don't know. I gotta see, because I know somebody by that name.
Yeah, I mean, there probably could be a ton of Daniel Navarros with long hair, but odds are, could be him.
the second thing, and you may not remember this, but man, I am mad till this day because I thought about it earlier once I, realized that I was having you on the show. But I don't know if you remember, but there was a song that I recorded, and I think I recorded you on the hook, and it was like me, Els, and PC. And I don't think I sent it to anybody. I remember I recorded it, and like that was it, and I didn't put it on anything, and my hard drive crashed.
Oh no.
And it was like so epic because it was after you were done with Park and Rec. It was like Little People Band.
Yeah.
And man, I don't remember how it fucking goes, but I just remember that it was me, you, Els, and PC.
Just lost.
Yeah, but oh my god, I don't want to think about that now.
Yeah. No. Don't revisit it.
As I'm cruising through the internet, I'm looking through pictures, and I look and I see a picture of Ben, and it's crazy. It's crazy seeing you with a beard. You know what I'm saying? Because you were babyface Ben for the longest time.
Yeah. Puberty was late.
Ain't never wrong with that. So I'm looking, and then I'm seeing you looking official on a set of something. When I say on a set of something, I mean on a set where there's cameras and it's official cameras. There's people sitting on shit that got cameras connected to all types of shit. And then I thought back to myself, and I remember you saying that you were doing voice acting. So now, how did Ben get into acting? And what were you on the set for?
Yeah. So again, it all kind of comes back to the sales thing. I ended up selling my company's product at the time to a voiceover studio in LA. And after like a year or so with this person being a customer, I remembered like the conversation with her. She was very just, this lady handled shit. She handled her business. She was legit. So I called her back, seeing that she was still a customer. And I asked her, like, what do I got to do to get into this industry? And she was like, all right, don't speak for the next 20 minutes. Just write exactly what I tell you. Like, and don't call me again.
Wait.
Like in a nice way. But she's like,
but this is somebody that you called like to give your services or whatever?
She was already a customer. I'd sold her on my company's product like a year ago.
Okay.
And so after having heard from like people, at the time I was making $50 to $100 a day in any given scenario. And I just hear from people like, hey, you have a nice voice. Like you should do something with that. So finally I talked to this lady after a year. She told me everything, like what I needed to do. I ended up, getting lessons in that. I ended up getting an agent, getting a demo, all the stuff that you kind of have to do to get into the industry. And then the industry turns out super competitive. And I had a lot of cool swings at bat, and I had one really close job that would have like had me like being like the voice of a regional chicken restaurant for like a year and a half, like Bojangles. I was almost the voice of Bojangles, dude. Yeah. So I got close, but I mean, one thing that you end up having to do with any of this stuff, whether it's acting or voice acting, is just literally submitting an audition and pretending it never happened. Because if you sit there and you're like, I did really
good. Man. Right.
Dude, you never hear anything back. Or
yeah,
it's a different story for some people, but like you just got to keep going. You send it out there, and you almost forget sometimes that you audition for this stuff. And then a week or two later, like, oh yeah, and you get some sign of life. You might not get booked, but
have you ever thought about doing creepy pastas?
Like narrating them?
Yeah.
No, but that could, that's definitely like a project I could do.
Like weird, fun, nerdy fact of myself.
Yeah.
I am a creepypasta listener, and I listen to creepypasta to go to sleep.
Boom.
Like, but it has to be the right voice.
Yeah.
It has it, and I try not to do like a UK voice because that's like a cheat code. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it regional. But I mean, like you do have a good voice. Like you have a voice where it's like, this guy can either be about business or this guy could just be smoking American Spirits all day.
I'm like the mullet of voices. I'm like
you have a really good voice. Like I'm just now, I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, yo, you do. So, how does one go about getting voice acting jobs? I guess.
So again, you gotta get lessons from somebody somewhat reputable. You don't have to. There's ways that
But
you can.
when you say lessons, what do you mean?
Like coaching into it. Like I had to do like 3 workshops. Like I spent just to even get into voice acting. I spent like $5,000 some dollars.
Whoa, wait.
There's a barrier to entry in terms of money.
Slow down, Ben. Slow down. You know me. I'm stuck in rapper mode. I'm stuck in just getting it off the skills.
Yeah.
Wow, $5,000 on what?
So lessons alone was around $1,000. Those 3 separate workshops, and I wouldn't have paid this if I didn't actually believe in like.
Right. No, nobody's knocking you on that.
So she was super legit. She taught you everything about, like tips on simply how to act, how to get into characters, how to learn, how to use your voice differently, how to record appropriately, how to edit, how to handle auditions, how to deal with casting directors, producers in this specific field of voice acting, which is completely different than on camera acting.
Yeah.
So she did a whole like shebang of that stuff. Then it comes down to, do you have your own equipment? Like, do you have what it takes to be able to record in your own home? Or are you going to have to pay other people to record for you and edit for you? So like I ended up getting my stuff secondhand, and that still cost a bit of money. The most expensive part was the demo. Professionally, it's basically like 2 minutes or 1 minute, depending on like there's separate types. There's like character animation voiceover, there's industrial voiceover, and then what is the other one? Commercial.
But when you say demo, is it like recorded like at a studio? And
yeah, this is the only thing you don't really want to like secondhand or skimp on. You want to have a nice professionally recorded demo, because that's how you get auditions, or that's how you get a talent agent to get you. So you have all that lined up. It shows that you kind of taking yourself seriously, but you're also willing to invest. And, again, whether or not you have talent will show no matter how good of a demo it is. But
yeah,
all that, yeah, I was out by like 4 or 5,000.
But okay, so demo, but like what exactly are you recording?
So it's basically a demo. It's like a minute, let's say, for a commercial. I'll send you a couple of my demos after this. I'll just link them in somewhere. But basically it's something supposed to give you like a wide idea of your range in a very short amount of time. So it's a mashup of clips of sound bites for like a commercial voiceover, it'd be clips of different commercials illustrating your range, whether it's a serious commercial, a happy commercial, silly commercial, whatever. Then if it's like a character voiceover, it's like 5 quick clips of you within a minute, all different crazy characters, again, illustrating what your voice can do. High range, low range, crazy, ecstatic, super slow, whatever. It's just supposed to, it's basically like a audio resume. What do you sound like? What's your, like, what could you fit for? And apply for or audition for.
But when you get to the studio or wherever you're recording, how do you know what you're going to say? Do they give you what you need to say?
So the lady that I got lessons from, her name's Lainey Frazier. She's in Austin. She's fantastic. She's been doing this for decades. As an actual voiceover talent, as a coach, as a producer, she's done it all. So she's got years of scripts, all sorts of different copy. And you could basically look online, and just find any sort of, written type of advertisement, whatever you want, a line or a magazine. Like, as long as it's just written stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be any particular thing.
So this is like fucking recording the demo and sending it to the labels.
It's that and just like a way less.
Bro, I never knew that was a thing. Like I knew voiceover shit was a thing, but I didn't know it was like that.
Think about it. Think about it. Like, you listen to your creepypastas, other people, will listen to their books on tape. I mean, every time you walk into a store, you hear voiceover on that, or like voiceover for like the bus. Like I've had auditions come through for Cat Metro, like anywhere you hear a voice, Pandora, this, that, like it's just, there's a need for it everywhere. It's crazy.
You know what's crazy is when I was working at the Radisson downtown Austin, I remember I was a valet, and it was one of my like just best jobs because it was downtown Austin, and I met celebrities, met whatever. I was a valet. Sometimes I would help people to their room or whatever. So I'm going to a room with this Hispanic guy. No, maybe he's black and she's Hispanic. I don't know, but they're from San Antonio and they work for HEB. So I'm making a small talk because I want to get a nice tip. So I'm like, oh, what are you doing in town? Blah, blah, blah. And they say, we are here shooting a commercial. Cool. And then they say, would you like to be in this commercial? And I'm like, maybe. But they said, well, honestly, we're asking because we just need a black person in this commercial. And me, I love blunt talk. And I've said, you know what? Say less. I will give you a nigga in the commercial.
Yeah, sold.
Yeah. So I pull up to the set, and the crazy thing was it was on Riverside, and I live right off Riverside, so I could just walk there. And the commercial happened after the store closed, but I mean, like they had a trailer, all this shit. I got paid $200 for that commercial. I was in that commercial for probably like 1.5 seconds, and it was a Spanish commercial. I'd never seen it in my life.
Yeah.
But when I was there, you see all the people that's in the commercial. This is all background people because this is when they had the
production, man.
Yeah, no, just the extras because the Hispanic lady who was the spokesperson for HEB at the time, like she was there and she was like hella Hollywood just for a commercial. But when I was there, people were like, "Yo, who's your agent? How'd you get this?" And I was just like, "They just needed a black guy." But that let me know, yo, people be having agents for commercials. I did not know how this world worked. And when I told them they just need a black guy, everybody kind of looked at me a little bit snobby because these motherfuckers really auditioned for that shit. And I was just like, yo, I was just taking some bags up to a room and they just needed a nigga. And I was around.
It can happen, man. Right place, right time. Absolutely. But yeah, there's people that will literally like, you don't have to have an agent to get this stuff, but that's like usually the easier way to figure it, like to have someone work for you. Because another thing, like I did some jobs early on that I found myself and I didn't read the contracts or know certain terms 100%. And like could have bit me in the ass in terms of being able to work in a certain industry. Yeah. Like it was a Walmart commercial and there's this stuff called exclusivity. And if you sign a contract, you can never work for like another shopping retailer.
Your ass just signed.
Yeah. And so like fortunately they didn't end up using a scene where you could like really see my face. So like that's not something that I necessarily have to worry
about. But how would they know if you went on and did something else?
Well, apparently my agent, this is for in front of the camera now, because I eventually I reached out to the same to kind of tie this voiceover thing back over and then answer your question. After so many at-bats with the voice acting, I was like, let me see what I can find out on my own. So I found a couple gigs on my own, saw it happen a lot quicker for me that way. Like I saw interest a lot quicker. I got paid and did projects a lot quicker. So I kind of leaned into that a lot more. I really need to pick up on the voice acting. It's been something that I still get sent auditions, and I'm fortunately staying really busy with auditions for the other one to where, I don't know, I got to be better with my time. But anyways, I ended up same agency, moving over, getting signed for the commercial stuff. So that's been, yeah, it's been good. I've done like Samsung one, I've done Tecate.
Do you get free shit?
No.
Did you get paid?
I got a lot of food. Like you can eat a lot of
yeah.
It's at the crafts table, man.
Yeah, no,
like,
I know that.
But like you said, like you've never seen your commercial, right? Like
right.
I've never seen half or more than half the stuff that I've done. You gotta like.
Do you care though?
I mean, I want to get enough material to have like a reel is the word.
Well, yeah, I guess if that's the case, if that's the case, you do care.
Yeah, and also to promote myself. Like, you know, I mean, I definitely want to be able to share and show the work that I've done. Because like on these casting sites, casting directors can like, you can put all that stuff up there. They can peruse through. So if they see more work, obviously they see like, you know, you at least know the business enough.
Yeah.
There's other reasons. Ego.
You know what's crazy? I want to just cut you off real quick. Dude, your camera looks so good that your background looks fake. Like it looks fucking like somebody in the comments said that Ben got good lighting, and I'm just like, yo, it's crazy. Like your shit looks like you're in front of a fake background with a cat in the back.
It's all. I recorded it earlier.
That's what are you using? What type of computer you got?
I actually got the 2020 MacBook with the touch bar.
There you go. I got the 1995 HP.
Nice. So, it's a good year.
Yeah, I'm using Windows 95. So, so is that your job? Are you an actor?
No. I mean, that's what I'm working towards. You know.
What were you on the set for when I saw you? I know you know what I'm talking about because it looked very official.
I think that was Tecate.
What's Tecate? The chips.
The beer. Oh, yeah, it's like a Mexican beer.
So you were doing that here?
Yeah, it was a photo shoot in Austin.
Like, what were you doing? Like, just drinking?
No. Actually, funny thing, you can't actually in alcohol commercials. You can't do anything more than hold the beer. You can't, in any way, shape, or form, show someone drinking in an alcohol commercial.
Why?
That's just the rules. I have no idea. Huh. That's like some.
But do they let you drink off camera?
No, definitely not. Maybe at the end.
Yo, okay. Let me ask you this. So for these like commercials, 2-minute commercials, how long were you on set? Because I was on set for like a good 8 hours.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours.
Why?
Because I mean, dude, on the Tecate one, I had like 18 wardrobe changes. Like it's like there's
why
every detail is taken into account. Like it's really actually impressive to see how much detail these people focus on when they're setting up shots, when they're they're like, is that candle clashing with what he's, like down.
Really?
Yeah. So there's so much moving parts, so much attention to detail, and so much creatively that they have like worked up, ready to go that they like sometimes don't even get to because they're still, working out the main stuff. So they got a budget and like they're gonna maximize the amount of time that they can get out of it.
I never thought about this, but in the world of shooting commercials, do they have like your James Cameron, your Michael Bay, your Steven Spielberg of like commercial shooters?
I wonder. I don't know.
So what was the last commercial you was in?
So I just did like a little Shiner one like a couple weeks ago for like Shiner Buck.
So you have an agent?
I do.
Okay. So how did that work?
It was actually really easy getting into it because it was the same agency that I was signed for the voice acting. So I reached out to my agent on the voice acting side. I was like, hey, like, know any good agents? He's like, yeah, this the same company that you're already represented by.
Yeah.
This guy. So met with Tag is what it's called. And they're great. Yeah, my agents, Jorge and Tony, they're awesome. I've had some pretty cool opportunities. I've gotten some good at bats. Again, it's just, head down and keeping forward, trying to
What
just better my
what
craft.
what was your most favorable gig, as we should call it, and what was your least favorable?
The Samsung one was really fun because like basically the whole day was shot on one of their like newer smartphones. So like the whole commercial was shot just
So
on.
somebody's just sitting there like this in front of you?
Yeah. Or at one point I went off this rope swing. It was in like the hill country. I basically got paid to hike the hill country and go swimming at Krause Springs. But yeah, so that one was great. I've had a lot of fun. Got to eat a bunch of barbecue out there. So nice. It was a good day. I enjoy all of them, to be honest, because it's just like it's what I'd rather prefer to do, like for my whole, type of like living and income. But like the Shiner one was a little rough. It was a long day. It was hot. We were in the sun.
And they just give you water.
Yeah, we're getting water. Well, no, there's like they had all sorts of little accoutrements.
I know, but I want to drink beer. If I'm doing a beer product, I want to be one with the product.
Imagine holding a cold Shiner all day and just looking at it.
Yeah. It's like holding a fucking Whopper and going back eat crackers.
And then it's not even cold, so there's like eventually it just heats up, and they got to come by and mist it.
Yeah, I saw that about showing how they do like different commercials, like they'll like put like glue in cereal and make it look very milky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they be melting the cheese on burgers and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah. This guy says Moke wants to black out at the performance. I don't know what that means, sir. I was gonna say something crazy, but I'm not. Yo, so you still sing good?
I do. I'd like to think so. I'm honestly really stoked, man. I'm working on a project right now.
Can I put you on the spot for something?
Yeah. Just anything?
Oh, he's talking about me drinking beer while doing commercials. Yes, I would black the fuck out in a beer commercial. Yes, anything.
Okay.
Anything.
About on everything. I got this far on my own. Everything. I got this far on my own. Everything. I got this far on my own. Everything.
Yo, you need to drop a fucking album. Like, yo, you had that. And I'm sorry to say this, and Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but you have the voice that white bitches will love. Maybe bitches in general, but like, yo, man, wow, that made my fucking day because I was not expecting that.
Dude, I'm very excited for what's happening next. I got, it's like the 5 years that I took off, like, don't matter. Like no worries at all. I'm like, so.
Well, how old are you? You look like you're like 25.
I'm 32, turned 33.
Oh, well, when you turn 33?
November 1st.
I'm 35, July 21st.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it
feel? I was good, man. I love being an old nigga. I'm grumpy as fuck. I love it, man. I call my kids mangy all the time.
Yeah. Do you get to yell at people to get off your yard yet? Is that happening soon?
No, that has not. Oh, I yell at them to get out my driveway.
That counts.
Because it's like, man, this generation, they're so like snobby and Lord forgive me, but they're all like little bitches. Like they like this whole like cancel shit. Cause I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and I was like, there's sometimes I want to just go off on a podcast, but I gotta worry about what the fuck I say now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just remember
everyone. There's nobody safe.
Facts. But I mean, right, but somebody let this, and I don't want to say this generation, but this era, and just made shit like acceptable. Like it's cool to like be a little bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just. I saw some shit on fucking on on Facebook, and it was like, what's the nigga name? Zuckerberg. That nigga looks like an android. But it was
Yeah,
like he was like,
definitely.
yo, we're doing this free speech, whatever, whatever. I get banned for calling somebody a raccoon without the RA, but just kind of slur way. I called a motherfucker coon because it was a black person doing some coon shit. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, that's some coon ass shit. And as soon as I typed that in, I was banned for 7 days.
Damn. That quick?
Bro, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, whatever happened to the days where we could say shit and it'll be okay, like where I can have an opinion, and even though we may not agree with each other, doesn't mean we hate each other.
Yeah, man. That's the hardest part is like people when they form opinions that they like get behind so strongly, it becomes an identity and it locks those opinions into place when it might not always benefit us or the world or them. Shit just gets locked in place instead of being able to be open to change. Or I don't know, man. It's tough.
It is a bunch of fuckery. It's a bunch of fuckery. I agree.
Fuckery.
I agree. You know what I'm saying? And even I always tell my kids and shit that for me, my golden era was the 90s. But even the era where when I met you, like at the 2010s and 2012,
Yeah,
like that shit was great.
Yeah.
Like it was great. I mean, I had so much fun. Yes. Did I do a lot of drugs? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Am I surprised my brain's not fried? Yes. But it was I don't know, it might be an oxymoron, but it was wholesome drug usage. You know what I'm saying? Like we were taking the fun drugs. Now niggas are taking shit that they aren't waking up from.
Yeah. I was going downtown on like an eighth of mushrooms. Like, what am I doing?
Yes. Oh, Molly, you know what I'm saying? Doing all types of shit. Now niggas are I mean, yeah, in the times that I did take Xanax going downtown, I got in a fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's just not any good.
And now people are just drinking lean. They're just doing too much perks, and now the people are mixing shit with fentanyl. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, why do we live in? Dude, I feel like I just thought about this. We live in like a bitch ass era, but we live in a fake ass era.
Yeah.
Yo, I was not trying to say this, but I meant this. I was gonna bring it up. You see that?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I don't even know if I should put that on the screen like that. But yes, I have stories about that, but I'm not here to talk about old shit. But yes, Ben, you are a pioneer. You are a pioneer. Yo, I don't know. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
Just the one main thing I wanted, because in another month or two, be ready if you're down, man. Are you in Austin still?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna link up.
I'm in Buda, but you know,
dude, I'm like North Buda. I'm like 1626.
Wait, you're in Buda?
Almost. I call it North Buda. It's 1626 and like Brody area.
But you like Kyle? Oh wow, you're close.
It's like, yeah, I'm like about as close to you. I'm closer to you than I am Round Rock. So
I'm where Cabela's is at in Buda.
It's 20, not even 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's right up 35 for me to Slaughter and all that shit.
Nice. Next month or two, man, I'm gonna be back doing the show thing. I got like I said, a little band, 90s centric rock.
Wow.
Rock, but like that's probably the core theme of us is we're all like we appreciate the 90s era of just music, and somehow it's almost all originals. We got like one cover we're just gonna do, Black Hole Sun, Chris Cornell. Like fucking I'm stoked, man.
And I respect that, but respectfully I ask, is there going to be a project that I can pull up on my phone and listen to?
Not yet, but it's going to be, we're like, it's going to be something where, we're actually doing an album. We're doing like,
what is it? What's the name of your band? Somebody,
it's It's almost 100% settled, but I think we're thinking louder right. It's just louder right, RITE, and we're gonna be playing with the font a little bit to try and make it visually there. But yeah, louder right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And where are we playing at?
Not it's like we're eyeing a couple spots, but we're almost done like with like our little own recording of like 6 songs that we've written and stuff like that. So from there, we're kind of going to shop it around and try and network with some other bands, start up from there. But we already got a couple conversations in the mix, just nothing 100%.
Ben, you should know a lot of people out here, man.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take a minute. Like I said, I took way too long away from music.
I feel that. Yeah. I totally feel that. And this is weird for me to say, but I'm the podcast guy. If you need me to point you in the direction, man, I've actually been talking to some pretty notable people, especially around town. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I can try to I can help you out as much as I can, but I think it would be dope to see you get a residency. I know you could. I know you could, because see, that's the thing. You, without you even knowing, you could be like on some sad, happy Rico Suave, Bruno Mars type shit. Like you appeal to a lot of people, and you're just a people person. You're a lovable guy.
Oh man, you are flattering me.
I'm just saying, Ben. Let's be real. When the last time we talked? I don't even think like I even talked to you when my daughter was born, nigga. She was born in 2015. So I think like we probably talked 2013, 14. You know what I'm saying? And we fast forward to 2021, and I still love you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you're a very likable person. Is what I'm saying.
I love you too, brother.
Thank you. But, I'm not trying to get all mushy, but what I'm saying is, man, like my whole goal, since I've been doing this podcast shit and I've been talking to people, like I want to see everybody I talk to like
succeed
and excel and shit. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I want to for myself, but like I pretty much only talk to there's times I don't know who I'm talking to, but a lot of times is I'm talking to very talented people. Mm-hmm. And you are one of the very few people that I know that is talented, but only way I can hear your voice is on the On Everything track. I don't have any other way to hear a Ben jamming verse or anything.
That is getting fixed, and aside from my band members, you will be the first person of the general
Let's talk about it. Let's fucking talk about it, man.
Yes.
All right, I can dig that.
I got you. No, I appreciate that, because you're 100% right. Nothing.
I got to go back to the, just Parker Murray Ben, and that's fine. I'm not hating on it. But once I heard Little People Ben, I was like, oh, this nigga got soul. Real shit. That's what that was. Like, man, like
I enjoy that stuff.
I remember. I don't know, Will. I don't even remember what this Will, but there was these 2 bitches. I gotta quit saying that. There were these 2 girls, and like they were full of shit. But no, that wasn't them. These are these rich girls. Okay, there was these rich girls, and I remember some shit happened where they quit fucking with me and Will, and the only thing we could do is go to Rudamaya and listen to You and Little People. And I remember we were like, yo, like that song was like, we were down bad. we were down bad. But that song was so beautiful. It was so fucking beautiful. Oh man, I'm sorry for calling women bitches. I don't talk like that. I've been sipping. I'm excited. I don't mean any disrespect. Man, but yo, I'm gonna need you to get your ass in there and record something,
dude.
Yeah, like don't be waiting on bandmates, nigga. If you gotta do a solo dolo, like record something. Like you gotta with the voice for. You can tell I'm drunk now because I'm just talking, but you got the voice for acting and shit. So yeah, why not?
Well, I feel like, man, it's all kind of like everything's kind of, I don't know. I always feel like whether we know it or not, we're kind of like where we need to be if we're actively working towards something, you know, even if it's tiptoeing or taking giant steps, you know, like I feel.
Wait. Say that one more time, because I never thought I needed to hear that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like even though like I've taken this winding road I've not really expected or planned, it's still, you know, if I'm trying to be true to myself and what makes me happy, it still leads me to the same place, just in ways that I didn't expect. So I think I'm getting closer to that, at least to something that I will consider, you know, my real like place that I can be happy and devote my energy and feel proud to devote my energy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
Right now I work for a real estate tech company. It's called.
Wait. A real estate tech company?
Yeah.
That sounds very profitable.
You know, it definitely, real estate's hot.
But real estate tech, I'm a dinosaur, man. You got to explain it to me.
It's a company that uses a lot of basically there's really targeted in their marketing, and instead of doing the typical thing that real estate agents do, put stuff up on the multiple listing service, the MLS, to sell a home, which for you, if you were to do that, sell your home right now, it would cost you 6% total. Typically, you know, you pay 3% to one agent, 3% to the other. My company's just gotten a process down to where we're really good at getting straight to buyers, marketing to buyers, to where we don't have to use the MLS. And we save people a ton of money by helping them sell for as low as like 2.5%. So when you talk about, you know, when you talk about selling a home, I mean, that's not a little amount of money, even though it's like 2.53%. If that's a $300,000 home, you know, that's thousands of dollars that could either be going into somebody else's pocket. Typically, it's not even just the agents, the real estate brokerages they work for, or does it stay in your pocket, your family's pocket, your friend's pocket? So, my company's goal is to do that.
So what do you do?
I work with the agents, and I basically match them with people that are interested in selling, buying, getting, you know, insurance.
That sounds kind of cold call-y. Is there any cold caller?
Oh yeah, dude. That's what I mean by 5 years of sales. I started.
I hate cold calling. I'll lead a motherfucker to know.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like, you don't really want this, man.
I'm that guy. I'm like a step above the car warranty people.
Really?
No. I'm not that. Fuck that.
Those guys you a bad motherfucker, man.
Vampires.
Yeah.
No, man. Fortunately, I've worked for a lot of companies that like that's one of the criteria. Even though this isn't 100% where my passion is, it's still something that I can get behind and do and feel good about, and still kind of, you know, have pride in the work I do. So that's a number one requirement. I can't just sell some shit if it makes me a ton of money and delivers shit to the person, you know?
I could.
Yeah.
I'll sell motherfuckers some
snake oil.
Yeah, I was about to say something crazy, but yeah, snake oil. Man, so what do you, when you're not working, what do you do? Are you single? I might as well just start something up for you right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's it. God, I remember last time I saw you, you look like a little boy. Now I'm looking at you look like a snack.
Graduated to a snack. That's moving on up.
But what do you do like on your off times? Because we gotta like meet up sometime.
Yeah, dude. I mean like right now a lot of the energy has been the band stuff because it's relatively new. It's been like 3 months, a little bit longer, and like I've been putting in 10 hours a week with that, plus a full-time job, plus, you know, having to do.
Yo, time out. Sorry, time out. This dude said LGBT Moke. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Josh. But like that just sounds like a trap. That sounds like a trap. So like you want me to say something crazy. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy, but I am not. I have nothing. What's the thing? I am secure in myself. But I was just wondering why this nigga said LGBT, bro.
Because I'm trying to shake you, bro.
Did it?
I don't think so.
Nah, you said that. It might have. If it sounded shaky, I'm sorry. It wasn't
I
shaky.
don't think so.
I've been sipping. I don't get shaky when I sip, but man,
When you're sipping straight from the bottle,
nah,
that's
man.
man.
Dude, you still go out like 6th Street and shit? You heard about them shooting one out
Definitely,
there?
yeah, definitely not like that scene as much. I think last time I really spent some time down on 6th Street, I got pepper sprayed by cops trying to stop a fight. Next
Wow.
there, actually, it was one of the This dude was getting his ass beat, dude, and like no one was doing anything, and I was trying to like talk some sense into people. It's not happening at 2:15
Right? Yeah.
on a Friday night, 6th Street. There's no hope of any sanity. And yeah, the cops did the right thing and just horseback maced everybody. And yeah, haven't been back in a while.
Man, last time I went to 6th Street, I went to a Jackie Vincent show, and that was just like 2 weeks ago. And I left. I didn't fuck around. Like when I walked down to Anton's, I went to a couple bars, but it's like 8 o'clock. But I don't fuck around with that shit. I
Yeah.
don't do no 6th Street. I'm not trying to get shot, pepper
Yeah.
spray, kicked by a horse, nothing.
No, it's not. There's nothing really exciting about that anymore. Maybe there was a time. I mean, I might actually end up like that might be an area where we try and do some shows. So I'll be back, I'm sure. But won't be breaking up fights or starting them, hopefully.
Oh no. So we are at the hour mark. Is there any last words?
Other than we should kick it and I need to record some shit.
Yeah. And before, I guess if somebody's looking for a house, a tech house.
If you're just looking to sell your home or buy
Okay.
your home, I can point you in the right direction.
And
If you're also looking for some sick ass voice acting,
I was finna say yes.
yeah, or in front of the camera acting, whatever.
Yo, yeah. How's your acting in front of the camera? Do you get like, oh, the camera's on me, I don't know what to do, or are you just normal?
Honestly, you're always gonna you're gonna have to shake bad habits and weird things and stuff like that. So I'm actually doing lessons that has been really helpful in terms of just trying to be like more just a real individual on the camera as opposed to actually like, I don't know, trying to portray something.
Yeah.
It's weird. But yeah, you take lessons and shit like that to try and do better at either acting or even auditions. Auditions supposedly is a complete different art than actually doing the acting. Like having the right lighting, having the right backdrop, having the right, like setup, like being able to edit your shit well. There's a lot of things that I did not know I was signing up for when I did get into it, which is cool. I like that. If I'm not learning and getting challenged, then I'm bored,
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah. So, all right. Well, if you want a house, look up Ben. If you want any voiceovers or anything for acting, don't have to be commercials. Do you know a dude named T Double? I podcast him before. He's kind of a OG pioneer, but I got to link y'all because he does like shit and he has music on like Breaking Bad and stuff, but he just knows like a lot of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that might be somebody that you should probably know, just acting wise or whatever. Dude. But Ben, this was great. I had a great time, man. And thank you for doing this.
Dude,
thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me, and let's never let X amount of years roll by without, catching up.
Hey, but see the years rolled by, but we come back together like nothing changed.
Like nothing happened. It's just we're just walking out of Route of Mile all over again, bro.
Man, I love that place, man. All right, Ben, man, I'm finna get out of here, man. Thanks for being on, man.
Dude, I appreciate you, man.
See ya. All right. Moke and Friends, very great show. Thank Ben for being on the show. Ben was a great guy. Man, he just reminded me of just when sometimes you lose touch with people, but you're still cool. Couple of changes coming up in Moke and Friends. I have a co-host that she will be joining me next week. Kay, I call her Kay Slay, but she'll be on next week. Maybe I won't be sipping as much. Maybe, and you know what? I didn't smoke that much, but I smoked like one joint before the show, and it felt like I was on acid. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for everything. Join my Patreon if you haven't. Yeah, I don't got shit. Peace.